We're in the final stretch.
The end of the Rittenhouse trial. Up next, a verdict. How the city of Kenosha is preparing.
Also, a high-stakes meeting today for the president. What the summit with China's leader could look like.
We are tracking some snowflakes for some of you in southern Wisconsin right now. We're going to talk about who all sees these as we go through your forecast.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchai.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. This morning, the National Guard is on standby ahead of closing arguments in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
The trial has now lasted the last 2 weeks in Kenosha. The jury could have the case in their hands by this afternoon. Rittenhouse's lawyers used 2.5 days of testimony last week. The trial oftentimes had emotional testimony, the most memorable moment coming when Rittenhouse himself took the stand.
There were 3 people right there.
Each side will now have 2 hours for closing arguments. Again, that's happening today. Once that's over, names will be drawn to decide which 12 jurors out of the 18 selected will deliberate.
Ahead of the conclusion of the trial, about 500 National Guard troops are on standby this week. Governor Evers making that authorization over on Friday. They will be staged outside of Kenosha and only respond if requested by local law enforcement.
In Georgia, civil rights icon Reverend Jesse Jackson says he plans to be at the courthouse to support the family of Ahmaud Arbery. That's the black jogger who was killed by 3 white men last year. This comes after a defense attorney for one of those men says he did not want, quote, any black pastors coming in to watch the trial. Defense attorney Gavin Gow has since apologized, but called out Jesse Jackson by name, saying his presence might influence the jury in this case. Attorney Ben Crump has pledged to bring 100 black pastors to the Brunswick courthouse this week. Now, we will be tracking both the Rittenhouse and Arbery trials all week long and push out updates through our mobile app. You can stay up to date by downloading it. Just search Channel 3000 News in your app store.
Breaking overnight, Madison police are looking for a man accused of sexually assaulting a woman on the north side. Police were called to an area near Warner Park around 10:30. A 25-year-old woman told officers she was assaulted. She told police she got out of her car. Then a man came up and made inappropriate comments and touched her. Officers are still looking for that man this morning. If you were in that area or you could have seen something, please call Madison Police.
Happening today, President Biden will sign his trillion-dollar infrastructure bill into law at a time when his approval ratings hit a new low. The bipartisan bill aims to create jobs, fix bridges, and expand broadband internet access. 13 House Republicans crossed party lines in voting to back the bill with a majority of Democrats. The Biden administration says the bill will help the economy. A new ABC Washington Post poll shows 70% of Americans rate the economy poorly. That same poll has Biden's approval rating at just 39%. The president also preparing to take on one of his biggest foreign policy challenges today.
He's holding a high-stakes virtual summit with China's President Xi Jinping today. It'll be the first face-to-face meeting between the two since Biden became president. The two leaders have spoken twice by phone this year, most recently a 90-minute conversation on September 9th. It comes amid strained relations between the two countries, especially over Taiwan. Top diplomats from both sides have exchanged some stern warnings over the issue.
6:03 on your Monday. Chris Reese here with your certified most accurate forecast. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, good morning. We're tracking some snow out there for some of you, especially as you work your way towards south and western parts of Wisconsin. This is all a part of a very weak clipper system, but also a warm front that's going to be moving through as we go through time. Right around Platteville, I'm seeing just a little bit of the brighter blue starting to show up now. But as you work your way closer to Madison, this is going to start to run into more of that drier air. So our odds of truly seeing any flurries out of this, they're going to be on the lower side as we go throughout today. Let's talk temperatures. They are certainly cold enough. 24 in Madison right now. Janesville, good morning. You're at 27. I want to say hello to the Dells because you are the coldest spot on the map. One of the 3 at 21. Wautoma and Camp Douglas joining you there. 22 in Watertown. A little bit warmer for Platteville, coming in at 29. So this is Future Track. We're going to put it into motion, take what we're seeing out there now, let's start to push it towards the north and west, or north and east, and notice how it really starts to fall apart. That is the power of dry air moving into the picture. Temperatures, though, into the mid-30s, and we will see a lot more cloud cover as we start to move towards the afternoon. Pay attention to the wind direction, my friends. Notice that's coming out of the south. Yeah, that helps to warm things up as we move towards tomorrow. Look for those temperatures. 42 by the time we get towards 11 o'clock. We top out at 50 by 3 o'clock tomorrow. Yes, there's still going to be a lot of cloud cover, though. So for a lot of spots, you really struggle to make it to that 50-degree mark. It's truly the power of the southerly wind that's going to help you out in terms of getting there. But here's the upper air pattern. These are temperatures at 5,000 feet up, and they really kind of help indicate what type of temperature we're going to see down here on the ground. And you see where southern Wisconsin gets a little bit warmer as we get towards Tuesday. Truly, most of that warmer air is further towards the south. A cold front brings in some colder air as we start to move towards the end of this week. A little bit milder for the weekend, but watch what starts to happen as we move towards Thanksgiving week and how these shots of colder air begin to pour into the country, connected all the way up towards northern Canada and parts of Alaska. Now, one thing that we're watching for is whether or not a storm system develops with these pushes of colder air. It's a big travel day as we start to move towards Thanksgiving, so we're going to watch things closely. This is the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, though. We are looking at better probabilities of cooler than normal temperatures over the eastern part of the country as we start to end the month of November. Here's how we look the day before Thanksgiving. A chance for rated snow right now. Temperatures in the 30s. We start off next week, perhaps with a high right around 33 degrees coming up in just about 10 minutes. We're going to take a look at that Thanksgiving week pattern. First, we're going to get some folks out the door, but I'm spending the next 10 days focused on that Monday through at least Wednesday and how things are trying to shape up for us.
Sounds like a plan. Chris Reese, thank you much. 6:06 now. The Green Bay Packers bouncing back from their loss to the Kansas City Chiefs with a 17-0 victory over the Seattle Seahawks yesterday. News 3 Now sports anchor Jordan Reed reports from Lambeau.
The Packers' 3-0 lead just wasn't going to do, so A.J. Dillon became the difference maker, scoring back-to-back touchdowns in the fourth and gives the Packers enough separation to move past Seattle and back into the win column.
That's something I really wanted to work on here too, coming in, just being able to, I was talking about being an APB, all-purpose back. I really want to be somebody reliable in every situation, so, I've just been working on it. I got Aaron Jones to, teach me a lot of the stuff he's, done so well in the past game, so he's really been teaching me a lot. When he first exited the game, he looked at me and said, "Get the job done, finish it off." And, that's like my big brother on this team. I love him to death. So, for him to, like I said, believe in me, that trust was great. And like I said, I wanted to finish it off for him and the team. And, we got it done as a team.
He's a great kid. He works really hard. He's improved in all the areas that he needed to become a more complete back. And smart kid, tough. I mean, he ran through unblocked guys on both of his touchdown runs. So not much more you can say than that.
As for number 12, he finishes 23 of 37 for almost 300 yards with 1 interception in his return. And following the game, Rodgers said it was good to be back out there playing, back with the guys, and he felt pretty good. Reporting from Lambeau Field, Jordan Reed, News 3 Sports.
More on Packers star running back Aaron Jones now. He is believed to have suffered a knee sprain. NFL Network insiders reporting Jones will have an MRI to confirm. The Packers are now 8-2 and will host the Vikings Sunday.
A Middleton man is working to help the environment and save people money by taking lessons from the past. Terrence Wall is turning 20 acres of land near Governor Nelson Park into a green cemetery. The natural burial preserve will only allow the use of cloth, wood, and headstones that lie flat. Developers expect most people, though, will choose plants and other trees as markers.
I think people are looking for something that's not as intensive and doesn't involve, having to purchase a big expensive casket and putting metals in the ground and concrete in the ground and embalming.
Now, Wall says the first step in rezoning this area is already complete. They now have to lay out a specific site plan for city approval. He expects the first plots to come available as early as the summer. That will make this the second green cemetery in all of Wisconsin.
6:08 coming up, getting to the root of the supply chain problem and the fines that could be coming to slow shippers.
And Consumer Reports helps you navigate holiday shopping with the added challenge of those supply chain issues.
One of our biggest sales of the year, the Thanksgiving sale at Slumberland Furniture. Get huge savings on our already low prices, up to 50% off. Plus, see what's new, what's in stock, and save 25% on our great accessories.
I'm Rebecca, and you might know me from reality TV.
And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sono Bello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down and it's flat.
Thank you again, Sono Bello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Medical bills. Missed time at work. Life-changing injuries. Household expenses. When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. But we've dedicated our personal injury law firm to help take this crippling burden off your back. Habish, Habish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
It's my 405, the show must go on, migraine medicine. It's Ubrelvy for any time, anywhere migraine strikes without worrying if it's too late or where I am. One dose can quickly stop my migraine in its tracks within 2 hours.
Unlike older medicines, Ubrelvy is a pill that directly blocks CGRP protein, believed to be a cause of migraine. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
One of our biggest sales of the year, the Thanksgiving sale at Slumberland Furniture. Get huge savings on our already low prices, up to 50% off. Plus, see what's new, what's in stock, and save 25% on our great accessories.
You're watching News 3 Now This Morning. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
It's the question on everyone's mind right now. Will there be products on store shelves, let alone under the tree? Anxious retailers aren't taking any chances with supply chain issues.
They're already in a holiday hustle, which might be adding to your stress. The experts at Consumer Reports offer some shopping advice to get you through to 2022.
Anything wrapped?
The holiday shopping season is often stressful, but this year's microchip shortage, supply chain disruptions, and labor shortages are making it even trickier. Consumer Reports says a few moves now can help it go smoother later. First up, maybe it's obvious, but get an early start well before Black Friday.
The one resounding thing that I heard from the supply chain experts that I interviewed for this story was that if you're going to start shopping for the holidays, you should start now.
The good news, many retailers are already rolling out their deals.
So retailers want to try to make this easier on you by extending Black Friday.
Best Buy is running sales and guaranteeing Black Friday prices through late November. Walmart will be offering early online shopping times to Walmart Plus members. And for shoppers worried about missing out on last-minute deals and price drops, some retailers are offering price match guarantees. For example, Target will offer partial refunds if consumers purchase an item that drops in price later in the season. CR says no matter where you shop, be flexible.
So if you're looking to relieve some of the stress and anxiety of shopping this holiday season, I recommend looking for experiential gifts, gift certificates to spas, to restaurants, homemade gifts, even donations to charities. These are all really great gift ideas, and they allow you to completely forego the supply chain issues.
And as always, shop locally. You can support small businesses and maybe find a unique gift right in your own neighborhood. If all else fails, don't forget about store gift cards and cash. Those are tried and true options that are always appreciated.
And speaking of the supply chain, 60 Minutes just highlighted the problem with the supply chain shortages last night, trying to get down to the source of the problem.
So they have no place for these goods to go after they get off the ship at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And there you've just diagnosed the problem. The cargo has nowhere to go. We've got to get a workforce in the warehouses and the trucking industry that are complementary to all this cargo that's coming in right now.
That is Gene Soroka. He is the director of the Port of Los Angeles. On top of the cargo not going anywhere, he says there is a lot of pointing fingers among the supply chain. He says he'll start fining ocean carriers if the cargo doesn't start moving off the docks fast enough.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, meanwhile, says inflation will get under control once the pandemic is under control. During an interview on Face the Nation, Yellen said the coronavirus is to blame for throwing supply chains and labor markets into chaos. The former Fed chair expects the economy will return to normal when more people are willing to eat out, travel, and shop in stores.
Former President Donald Trump selling the rights to his family's D.C. hotel to an investment firm for $375 million. The agreement first reported yesterday by the Wall Street Journal. The Trump International Hotel, just a few blocks from the White House. The hotel has been a popular spot for former president's supporters and foreign leaders. The building previously housed the U.S. Post Office's headquarters.
The FBI is addressing reports of fake emails coming from a legitimate FBI email address sent to thousands of organizations. At least 100,000 of those fake emails have been sent. One of them claims to be a warning for the Department of Homeland Security. The FBI says the emails are a result of a, quote, software misconfiguration. Agents are warning folks to be cautious of unknown senders. They ask people to report any suspicious activity.
Well, take a look at this. A lot of wintry scenes from up north and up to the northeast. The Wausau area, Green Bay area, seeing a lot of snow over the weekend. A few inches in some spots. Meantime, down here, Chris Reese, we didn't quite catch the brunt of it.
Yeah. Just slightly shy of the 1-inch mark there, at least at Reese Manor, the airport, officially just shy of the half-inch mark. But nonetheless, our first measurable snow of the season did arrive over the weekend, and we're tracking some snow showers out there in southwestern Wisconsin today. We're going to briefly warm things up. Then we're going to get colder by the time we get you towards the end of the week. A lovely sunrise right now in Madison. We're at 24. The wind chill is also at 24 right now. Here's Doppler tracks so we can show you where that snow is. Again, most of that is to our south and west. Starting to see some brighter blues show up right around Platteville as well. This is not going to be a big deal. Most of that falls apart as we move forward. Here's what I want to talk about, though. I told you all I was really going to take this next couple of minutes to start to look at the weather pattern as we move towards Thanksgiving week. And this is the model and what it's showing, but I'm going to tell you between now and 10 days from now, this is going to change so much before we actually get to something. The reason for that is because we're going to see this push of colder air moving in, and that helps to make the models a little bit more uncertain. But nonetheless, that Wednesday into Thanksgiving Day, it has a snow event occurring across parts of the upper Midwest. You start to look at temperatures. It's colder than the forecast. It keeps us in the 20s on Monday, 25 for your high on Tuesday, and then only about 32 as we start to move towards Wednesday. We're watching everything, but the models are really trying to show you a colder look. Thanksgiving, typically right around 40 and 25. We've been at 64. We've been at -5. We've seen rain and we've seen snow on Thanksgiving. First one, traffic. We're looking at things all across southern Wisconsin, and we're not seeing any issues on the roadways this morning, so that's certainly some good news. Janesville looks good as well, where we do have a couple of flakes flying in the south and west. No issues on the roadways there either.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris.
6:18 now. It took less than 3 hours to crown the winners of the 2021 Madison Marathon. 24-year-old John Judge of Verona posted the best time of the day at 2 hours and 24 minutes. Maya Rowan of Austin, Texas won the women's race. A marathon coach we spoke with before the race says this weekend's weather definitely played a role for many of the runners.
Warm up really well, so stretching and all of that, just because then your muscles are loose, and you know, just have fun. It doesn't matter the weather, just have fun.
One of the oldest competitors, 73-year-old Madison native Cliff Reithel. He finished the marathon in just over 4 hours.
Yeah, how about that? Congratulations to everybody who finished this weekend. Meantime, up in Vermont, listen to this. A woman just received the world record for the most consecutive days of running a marathon. 28-year-old Alyssa Clark set that record at 95 straight days. For reference, that's 26.2 miles a day. For 3 months straight, Clark is an ultramarathoner who was motivated to give this a try when the pandemic began, canceling all of her ultra races. Her streak ended after she had some chest pains on the 96th day, later finding out that she had COVID.
At 28 years old, putting us all to shame.
I can't imagine. She's crazy.
She's
just crazy.
Yeah. Impressive, though. Congrats to her.
Much.
Yeah. All right, this month, all month long, we're giving you a chance to win a pair of News 3 Now coffee mugs.
All you have to do is go to our website and answer the question of the day. And our question today is after the Madison Marathon on Sunday. Have you ever run a marathon? Let us know.
Nobody on this shift. But if you have, we're very impressed. We're perhaps inspired. Maybe Mr. Stanford's going to dust off his running shoes today.
If I could find them.
Okay. Okay, so maybe not.
Maybe buy some new running shoes. There's no right or wrong answer, folks.
Yes.
We don't care. The whole point is just to get you to go to the website and participate, and we'll give you a pair of coffee mugs if you're the winner.
Yeah, you can find it on channel3000.com/contests, or just head to the homepage. You can find it there. We're curious. Have you run a marathon?
All right, 6:20 up next. A special day a lot of us could use.
Oh yeah, and ahead in our next half hour, a forced shooting at an area bar just this year. What the town chair has to say about the future of that establishment where this happened, that's still ahead.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Precision engineering, rigorous attention to detail. A Bryant Evolution heating system is so well designed, it's as much of a joy to install as it is to use.
Good to go.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
Breathe easy. Contact AirServe for quality AC repair. Finally, a heating and cooling company you can count on.
The snow, the ice, the bitter cold. Ah, the joys of a Midwestern winter. Keep your family warm, safe, and comfortable with 30% off Feldco windows and no interest for 1 year. Our energy-efficient windows will keep the harsh weather out and the heat in. So get those drafty windows replaced now.
30% off Feldco windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 crew cab pickups.
A celebration of life, love, laughter, and Fiddler on the Roof.
At Overture Center, November 16th through 21st. Tickets at overture.org.
We make sit-down chicken, stand-up chicken, backyard chicken, oops chicken, lots of time chicken, no time chicken. If there's one thing we know, it's chicken, chicken, and chicken. More choices, more wow, more to love. Tyson.
Stanley Steamer loves Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Paul Lashik, local owner of Stanley Steamer here in Madison. We've been proudly cleaning your homes and businesses for over 30 years and will continue to keep your carpet, upholstery, area rugs, hard floors, and air ducts clean for many more. We strive to provide the best quality in both the services we provide and the equipment we use. That's why you've trusted us to keep Madison and southwestern Wisconsin homes cleaner, healthier, and more beautiful place to live. Call and book a cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Take a peek at this from Gwen. Wow. She's always sending in good ones, isn't she?
Wow. Gwen, great job. That's a wonderful photo.
She's lovely,
Where is
Gwen.
that? I can't put my finger on where that is. I feel like with the fountain and the the flags, we should know where that is.
We should know where that is. Gwen, give us a shout. Let us know where this is at. And thanks for sending it in.
Yeah, share your morning with us. It's real easy. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning like Gwen did and post it on social media. We'll find it. Well, it's a great day to grab a bucket of soapy water, some disinfectant, and a sponge because it's National Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day.
Not exactly the most exciting holiday, but it does make sense to scrub the place where you keep your food, especially ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday and all the other end-of-year celebrations, which often revolve around feasts. The Sanitation Foundation says drawers that hold meat and vegetables are usually the dirtiest parts of your kitchen. I'm sure my husband is watching at home thinking, Leah, great day. Clean out the fridge. Get on it.
So there's the expectation, right?
Yeah.
We should all get on that today.
I'm the one who messes it up. So I should be the one to clean it.
That surprises me.
Everyone is surprised, right?
Because you're such a clean person everywhere else in life.
My desk is not clean, nor is my car.
Hey, I shouldn't judge. My refrigerator is nasty as well. It's overdue for a cleaning. Chris Reese, on the other hand.
I've seen your desk, too.
Yeah,
Chris Reese, though, yes, very clean.
A very tidy person.
Yeah, I cleaned my fridge yesterday.
How often do you clean it that we just happened upon you cleaning your fridge yesterday?
Really, I feel like it's like once a month. So you just so happened. Like, I should probably clean it more frequently, to be honest. I always clean the outside. You know, I like to keep it shiny. But yesterday I did grocery shopping. It was time to clean out the fridge. I was like, oh my gosh, this milk expired in October. That's in here.
No.
So I was like, it's gotta go. Gotta get that out of there. And so yesterday just so happened to be the day that I cleaned the fridge before making a lot of food to put in the fridge for the week.
There you go. Good for you, you responsible adult you.
We're impressed. Hey, impress us with that bus stop forecast, will you?
Here's what we're looking at. Temperatures are in the 20s as you head out the door this morning. A lot of cloud cover is going to be moving into the picture. We only warm up into the 30s by the time you're headed home.
All right, Chris, thanks. Stick around. We're back right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stoughton Health has 3 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have clinics in Oregon, Stoughton, and McFarland with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Precision engineering, rigorous attention to detail. A Bryant Evolution heating system is so well designed, it's as much of a joy to install as it is to use.
Good to go.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
In the Fitchburg area, contact Tarkenton Brothers Heating, Ventilating, and Air Conditioning for quality comfort solutions.
Hey guys.
Hey Dad.
You ready?
This holiday, US Cellular is doing a little something extra to keep everyone connected. Right now, choose any phone from any brand at any of our stores for free. Plus, save big with unlimited data for our best price of the season, just $30 a month. Now that's a deal to cheer about. Feel the locally grown joy from US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Like pulsing electric shocks, sharp stabbing pains, or an intense burning sensation. What is this nightmare? It's how some people describe shingles, a painful blistering rash that can interrupt your life for weeks. Forget social events and weekend getaways. If you've had chickenpox, the virus that causes shingles is already inside of you. If you're 50 years or older, ask your doctor or pharmacist about shingles.
I matched with this cutie on a dating site. We texted all the time, but never met up. Then he asked to send him gift cards for a plane ticket to see me. And that's when I remembered a tip I got from the AARP Fraud Watch Network. Gift cards? This is a romance scam. Spent that money on self-care instead.
Recognize fraud sooner, so your money lives longer. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Introducing Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. New luxury apartments for seniors 55 plus. Professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
When you open a jar of Better Than Bouillon, you open up dinner time to great flavor. Chicken, beef, roasted garlic, sauteed onion. With Better Than Bouillon, the possibilities are endless. Make your everything better with Better Than Bouillon. Don't just make it better.
Stoughton Health cardiologist Dr. Eugene Kaji provides quality, compassionate care to his patients and is conveniently located right at Stoughton Hospital. Learn more about Stoughton Health Cardiology at stoughtonhealth.com.
Right now, a nightclub shooting with a history of gun violence. We're asking community leaders what's being done about it.
Snowflakes are again flying for the fourth day in a row throughout parts of Wisconsin. We're going to talk about that weather pattern, though, as we go forward as we start to kick off Winter Weather Awareness Week.
As we kick off that week, we are taking a look back at some of the most severe storms in Wisconsin history. Good Monday morning, everybody, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. At least one person is hurt this morning after an early morning shooting outside of a nightclub near Sun Prairie.
Yeah, it happened in the town of Bristol at Club Bristol. The Dane County Sheriff's Office says it responded to the situation just after midnight yesterday. Deputies say a large group was gathered in the parking lot there, but they all cleared out once officers arrived. Right now, no one is in custody.
There has been incidents at this business in the past. We're investigating it. We're doing our best to find out what happened and hold those accountable.
Now, this is the fourth shooting at that club just this year. City officials in Bristol are disappointed nothing seems to be ending the violence.
We asked the town chair what he thought about the shooting this weekend.
I believe that they're honestly doing their best to try to run an upstanding operation as they can.
The town chair did say that Club Bristol is on thin ice. After the last shooting, the club made changes to better security cameras and card readers. Club officials declined to comment on this shooting until the investigation is complete.
Now, if you want to be the first to know about news like this, these breaking news stories, we push updates out through our mobile app. You can download it today in your app store. Just search Channel 3000 News. To our other top story this morning, the Wisconsin National Guard on standby as closing arguments begin today in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. The case has had some emotional moments, notably when Rittenhouse himself took the stand. He broke down as he testified, telling jurors he was under attack when he killed 2 men and wounded a third during riots in Kenosha last year. Last week, the defense asked for a mistrial with prejudice. The judge has not yet made a ruling on that request.
News 3 Now, your coronavirus headquarters. The CDC says more than 1 million kids under the age of 12 have received their first vaccine shot. That's in the first 2 weeks of it being approved for kids 5 to 11. Meantime, 195 million Americans have been fully vaccinated, 59% of the U.S. population. If your child is nervous about getting a shot, we asked experts for advice. They say bring a comfort item from home if they don't like needles, maybe a stuffed animal, and have them comfortably positioned either sitting or lying down before they get the shot.
The child gets too nervous, too upset, then they can have a vasovagal reaction where they drop their blood pressures and then they can pass out. But it's not just exclusive to the COVID vaccine.
And if your child experiences any pain or discomfort after getting vaccinated, the CDC says you should talk to your doctor about taking over-the-counter pain relievers such as ibuprofen or acetaminophen.
Right now, it's Severe Winter Weather Awareness Week, and we want to get you ready for winter weather. Our First Warn Weather team has special reports lined up all week long, looking at what you should be doing to your home and vehicle, and now, ahead of that first big storm. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti kicks off our coverage with a closer look at what we've experienced in the past.
After our recent mild weather, we saw our first widespread snowfall over the last couple of days. Just a reminder that winter isn't far away. This week is Winter Weather Awareness Week in Wisconsin. And over the next few nights, our weather team will get you prepared for winter's worst weather. Sometimes that could be a dangerous winter storm. For many of us, the snowstorm that sets the benchmark is the Madison blizzard of December 3rd, 1990. Only a week after record warmth with high temperatures in the middle 60s, a low-pressure system took place in southwestern Missouri and headed northeastward toward Chicago, a textbook path for a southern Wisconsin snowstorm.
Blizzard warning running from southwestern Wisconsin through the Madison area and then up toward the northeast toward Green Bay. Just an incredible storm system as it's come together.
Snow began in the early morning hours of the 3rd and quickly became heavy, falling at the rate of more than an inch per hour by the morning commute. As lightning flashed overhead, winds gusted to 64 miles per hour here at the station. Heavy snow continued to fall for much of the day before ending that evening. Madison's official measurement was 17.3 inches at the airport, the heaviest snowfall in a single day. Another memorable snowstorm struck our area on February 5th and 6th, 2008. While the total of 13.4 inches wasn't quite as much as the 1990 blizzard, the timing of the snow left a huge impact. The slick roads caused a pair of semi-trucks to slide to a stop on I-3990 northbound before Highway N. Traffic ground to a halt behind the trucks, and with no way to exit the interstate, over 2,000 motorists were stranded, some for up to 12 hours. After that storm, the Wisconsin Department of Transportation began installing crossing gates on many interstate ramps, allowing them to close the highway during snowstorms before cars can get trapped. And while somewhat rare, ice storms can occur here as well. In early March of 1976, 2 freezing rain events 4 days apart caused extensive ice accumulations across southern Wisconsin. Heavy thunderstorms dumped 2.5 inches of rain into air that was at or below freezing. In some areas, the resulting ice accumulation was as much as 5 inches on tree limbs and power lines, heavy enough to snap utility poles. More than 600,000 people lost power, and it took crews up to 10 days to restore power to the hardest hit areas, leaving many without heat as low temperatures at night tumbled into the teens. While these extreme storms are infrequent, winter storms of snow and ice occur every year, and sometimes it takes only a little snow or a thin glaze of ice to get drivers into trouble. Over the next few nights, we'll make sure that you're ready to deal with whatever Mother Nature can dish out.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti there. Just fascinating to look back at all the big events, reminding us that, yes, we're in for it. You know, it just depends on the right mixture of the ingredients in the atmosphere, Chris Reese.
Yeah, that's true. And one of the types of storm systems that often bring us those big events are called panhandle hooks or Colorado lows. This is what brought that blizzard back in 1990. But your biggest snowstorms in Wisconsin, this is how they form. It's often an area of low pressure just east of the Rockies and Denver that dives southward through about Amarillo and the Texas Panhandle, dragging down the colder air from Canada into the southern plains. Well, as it starts to ride the jet stream, it taps into moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. So all of a sudden, you have moisture from the Gulf of Mexico on top of cold Canadian air, and as that low works its way towards the north and east, strong winds develop on the northwestern side, and you get a lot of heavy snow, a lot of blowing snow and wind as well, and the snow typically lasts for about 18 to 36 hours. So the heaviest snow events in Madison, that's typically how they form. Now, as we went through the weekend, we had what's known as an Alberta Clipper. This is a storm system over the Canadian Rockies that encounters some of that colder air. It gets caught in the jet stream, and it just zips across the country at that point very quickly, leaving behind it generally about 1 to 3 inches. And I'm tracking an Alberta Clipper right now that's impacting parts of Wisconsin as well. Here are some of the snowfall totals from over the weekend. Wausau, right around 3 inches. Stratford, 2.5. Here's that Alberta Clipper system right now. It is very weak, but it's just to the south and west of Madison, battling a lot of drier air. So a lot of it is having a harder time even making it towards the ground. But you see some of these brighter blues starting to show up from about Platteville over towards Dodgeville and Highland as well, getting in on a little bit of snow starting to move into the picture. We're going to keep an eye on this and how far north and east it's able to make it. So don't be surprised if you run into a couple of flakes as you're out and about, but at the end of the day, this is not a big deal at all. We see some of those flakes coming down in Platteville right now. We're going to warm up to about 36 today as this system continues to fall apart. A lot of cloud cover. We're down into the upper 20s overnight tonight. Tomorrow, we warm things up to about 50 degrees. We're on the roller coaster ride, though. Back down to the 30s by the end of the week. 40s for the weekend. More 30s as we start to move towards next week. In fact, we're looking at a colder than normal pattern for the week of Thanksgiving. That's November 20th and 24th. We're also looking at a wetter than normal pattern at the same period. So could we end up with a colder and stormier Thanksgiving week? That really is a big question that we are nailing down right now. But you see how things look a lot chillier by Monday, a high of 33. A chance for a rain-snow mix on the big travel day next Wednesday.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you very much. We appreciate it. 6:38 now. The first flakes falling this weekend, signaling ski season is here, at least for Granite Peak up in the Wausau area.
Back in the game here. The snow that falls on the ground is great because it catches the snow that we're making and it continues to pile up.
Granite Peak hoping to make around 18 inches of snow this week to cover all of its ski hills. The goal is to hold opening day this coming Saturday, depending on the weather. If it's too warm, they'll push it back midweek to November 24th.
Looks beautiful, doesn't it?
It does. Oh, it's time, I think.
It is.
6:39 now. It's not just people who need a COVID vaccine. Animals at the Milwaukee Zoo are receiving their shots as well. While they've escaped any positive cases, across the country there have been reports of zoo animals dying of COVID complications. Zookeepers say the vaccine is very similar to the Pfizer shots that humans take, and it is safe for the animals.
We're going to give a couple to the river otters, a couple to the primates, a couple to the cat, and just kind of mark that off daily. And then again, we have to repeat that in 3 weeks.
Like humans, how the animals react to COVID and the vaccine depend on their age and immune response. Zoos are reporting some mild symptoms like lethargic animals after those shots. 6:39 on your Monday, a live look outside. Chris Reese is kicking off your work week with a certified most accurate forecast after the break.
And an easy way for you to donate and help local kids during this season of giving.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. You can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakout. Call in your order today.
Incomparable design makes it beautiful. State-of-the-art technology makes it brilliant. The Lexus NX. With pedestrian detection, lane departure alert, and Amazon Alexa compatibility, standard. Experience the crossover in its most visionary form. See Lexus of Madison.
Allergies don't have to be scary. Spraying Flonase daily stops your body from overreacting to allergens all season long. Flonase, all good.
Come celebrate America's favorite Christmas tradition. The album that started it all, Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis. Performed live in its entirety for the first time ever.
At Overture Center, November 28th. Tickets at overture.org.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
When an inland hurricane called the Derecho cut a path through the Midwest, we learned some lessons. We learned that most buildings cannot withstand 140-mile-per-hour winds, not to mention most oak trees. We learned that when your roof is gone or there's a tree in your living room, even 8 hours is too long to wait. But most of all, we learned that in hardship, people take care of each other. And that has been our silver lining.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. You can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakout. Call in your order today.
The First Warn Weather Team breaks down all the info you need to be ready for this winter, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. It's Severe Winter Weather Week, all this week, from your certified most accurate team, only on News 3 Now at 6. News 3 Now's Call for Action has settled hundreds of area consumer disputes, but we can't do it without our dedicated team of volunteers. Would you like to join us? Contact Call for Action by phone or visit channel3000.com to fill out an application now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Hi, Chris. I'm Dakota from Beloit. Hey, Chris, plan my day.
Well, good morning, Dakota from Beloit. Here's what we're looking at right now. Cloud cover is starting to move into the picture, so a little bit of a sunrise this morning. We're going to start to see that cloud cover move in. Temperatures are into the 20s. We only warm up into the middle 30s as we start to move towards the afternoon. Here's what's bringing the cloud cover. We are watching a little bit of light snow back to south and western parts of Wisconsin. It's around Platteville, up towards Dodgeville, down through Darlington and Apple River. This will likely start to clip Beloit with a couple of flurries as we go throughout your morning, but it's not going to add up to much at all. So no concerns when it comes to your commute forecast. The green light all day long, no issues. You just may see a couple of flakes falling down from the sky. Temperatures over the next 12 hours. Here we are. That 36 likely arrives right around 1 o'clock. We'll stay around 36 until 3, and then by 4 o'clock, our temperatures, they begin to come right back down on the other side of that. You can wash your car as we go through the next couple of days, by the way. I just use a little bit of caution as you start to get towards Tuesday into Wednesday. That's because Tuesday night into Wednesday, we could see a couple of raindrops. Not a big chance. It's honestly quite small, so you could still even add the wax, because if we get the raindrops, they'll just beat up and slide right off at that point. But folks, let's plan your day right here on News 3 Now this morning.
If you're going to take your car wash advice from anyone, it should be Chris Reese.
He knows.
He's a car wash aficionado. He knows all the best spots in town.
I might say addicted.
Listen, Leah, I was going to get my car washed yesterday, and I didn't. I chose to smash a pumpkin instead.
Whoa.
There's a story there. We want to hear all about it.
Out of context. We'll talk during the break there, sir.
Right. It is 6:45 now. In this season of giving, a reminder, there are children who will wake up without presents under their tree. Christina Laurie explains this morning how you can help two groups make that happen, though, this season for thousands of kids in our area.
Having a brand new book is just exciting for any age, but especially for kids.
That's why the Madison Reading Project is trying to collect 20,000 books and raise $40,000 as part of their community book drive. The event is a partnership with the Empty Stocking Club, a charity focused on giving every child at least one brand new high-quality toy at Christmas, regardless of their family's financial situation. For the second year in a row, those toys will be accompanied by books, brand new books.
Just like anyone else, when you get to pick out a new book, or it's a book that's been selected for you, that's brand new, it's got that crisp feeling that no one else has owned that book, you get to write your name into the cover.
Madison Reading Project founder Rowan Childs came up with the idea for a community-wide drive last winter, when most kids were still learning from home and some didn't have anything new to read. In 2020, her nonprofit collected enough new books for 10,000 kids. So this year, she's upping that with a goal of helping 12,000. And that's where you come in.
Every single book donation to us and every single monetary donation, they all add up. And with this being the community book drive, we're hoping that many thousands of people will help pitch in.
Through December 15th, you'll find book donation stations at 20 coffee shops and community centers across Dane County.
You can find a map of all the donation locations up on our website, channel3000.com. And if you have an idea of another local business or nonprofit that's helping make a difference this holiday season, please let us know and we might feature them right here on Channel 3 next Sunday. Reporting in Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
6:47 now. Work is underway on the new National Museum of the American Latino at the Smithsonian in Washington. At nearly 20% of the U.S. population, or more than 60 million people, Latinos are the fastest growing minority group in the country.
Latino history is American history. And without our story being told so that people in this country and people in the world can see how beautiful our country is and what we contribute as Latinos.
To build a museum reflecting so much diversity is a years-long task. Coming up on CBS Mornings, Ed O'Keefe talks to key players planning the museum. That's right here after News 3 Now this morning.
Oh, did you miss it last night? Oh, Adele had her big special performance, her one-night-only performance right here on CBS. The 15-time Grammy Award-winning artist gave two special fans a pretty special moment.
Yeah, that lucky couple got engaged during the show, and they got to sit front row.
If you make a noise, I'm going to kill you. Right, tell the lights now.
Take it off. Take it off. Oh,
babe, look at me. 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 Look at me.
Oh, my God.
Look at me. Will you marry me, little Ashley?
In
real life.
Yeah.
Yes?
Wow.
In real life right now.
That is something.
How about that?
And then the light comes on Adele.
And the crowd, would you just be freaking out?
Yeah, she was completely shocked. Look at that.
Holy cow.
Look at her face.
Yeah.
Oh. That is heartwarming. Only a moment Adele can bring you. If you missed it, you can stream that over on Paramount+.
Oh, yeah?
Quite the moment, for sure.
What are you going to do, say no in that situation?
Absolutely not.
How could you say no?
That is a man you marry if he can pull off something like that.
Make a noise, I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, so all month long, something else that's pretty cool. We are giving you a chance to win a pair of News 3 Now coffee mugs.
All you got to do is go to our website and answer our question of the day. And today we're asking, have you ever run a marathon? Since we had the Madison Marathon yesterday, have you ever run one? We want to know.
I absolutely have not. Neither has Chris Stanford nor Chris Reese. I don't think anyone on our shift has. We would love to hear it if you have. It's not a prerequisite to winning, though.
I have great respect for people who do. I've watched part of a marathon. I've never done it, though.
So if you have run a marathon, you deserve a cup of coffee. If you haven't run a marathon, maybe a cup of coffee out of a News 3 mug would inspire you. Go online, channel3000.com/contests to answer. It's also up on the homepage. Okay, ahead in the morning sprint, more good news from Badger football, how their winning streak just keeps getting better.
First, we want to say happy birthday to Aspen, Willow, Rhea, and Sophia, all turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Keep your home and family warm and cozy this winter with a new degree of comfort from your local Rheem contractor.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today. Serving Dane County for over 45 years.
Come join the amazing team of compassionate caregivers at the one and only Attic Angel Community. Attic Angel Community of Madison is looking for skilled RNs and CNAs and offers shift differentials and on-demand pay, tuition reimbursement, wellness center, and much more. CNAs starting at $17 an hour. We also offer rewarding careers in housekeeping and food service. Apply online today at atticangel.org. Come join the one and only Attic Angel Community.
It's my 405. The show must go on. Migraine medicine. It's Ubrelvy for any time, anywhere migraine strikes without worrying if it's too late or where I am. One dose can quickly stop my migraine in its tracks within 2 hours.
Unlike older medicines, Ubrelvy is a pill that directly blocks CGRP protein, believed to be a cause of migraine. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
Black Friday is happening now at Steinhoffels. Start with 35% off the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses. Then save big on bonus buys throughout the store. Like this wine cabinet, $149. A queen upholstered bed, also $149. A queen beauty rest mattress, now just $399. This 5-piece dining set, $799. A 2-piece sectional, only $12.99. The Black Friday deals start now, only at Steinhoffels and steinhoffels.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Andrew Warden, board-certified plastic surgeon and host of The Doctors. If you're like most people struggling with areas of stubborn, diet-resistant body fat, then it's time you call Sono Bello.
I lost 2 inches here in the waist, and I lost 3.5 inches here in my hips.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
I got to buy 4 brand new bikinis. I had abs after Sono Bello.
Sono Bello can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just 1 visit.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly on your stomach, back, or even your thighs.
I actually tried a bikini on, and I looked in the mirror and I thought, wow.
Call 1-855-417-8921 or go to sonobello.com.
Is your home giving you the cold shoulder? Fight back with a new energy-saving furnace from your local Rheem contractor.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today. Serving Dane County for over 45 years.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
Closing arguments for the Rittenhouse trial will be delivered today. Each side has 2 hours for closing arguments. Once that's over, names will be drawn to decide which 12 jurors out of the 18 selected will deliberate. The governor has already activated Wisconsin National Guard troops to Kenosha in preparation of a verdict. We'll be live streaming from the court on channel3000.com and our app all day long.
The 4th shooting this year at Club Bristol happening over the weekend. Police say the victim is going to be okay, but they haven't made any arrests yet in the shooting. The club won't comment on the shooting during the investigation, but leaders in Bristol think it might be time to be stricter with the club if they want the violence to stop.
Steve Bannon is expected to turn himself in for an arraignment this week. The longtime ally of former President Trump was indicted Friday on 2 counts of contempt of Congress. Bannon refused to comply with the House panel's subpoena, calling for him to testify and hand over documents for the investigation into the January 6th Capitol riots.
As gas prices surge nationwide, some are calling on President Biden to use the nation's strategic petroleum reserve. Yesterday, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has said tapping the reserve is the only way to offer immediate relief to drivers in the U.S. White House officials say the president is considering the idea, but did not offer a specific timeline when a decision may come.
The Badgers pulling off their 6th straight win on Saturday against Northwestern. The defense was able to collect 4 interceptions during the game. Mertz threw 2 touchdown passes for 216 yards, and 17-year-old Braylon Allen once again leading rushing yards. They walked away 35-7. Wisconsin back home at Camp Randall this Saturday, too, to take on Nebraska.
The Packers are back to their winning ways. The defense continued to step up. They held the Seahawks to 0 points. The final 17-0. Star running back Aaron Jones left the game with an injury. The Packers are now 8-2 and will host the Vikings Sunday.
There are new health concerns about Queen Elizabeth after she missed yesterday's World War I Remembrance Day in London. The palace says she missed the event because she sprained her back. In 70 years, she's only missed 7 Remembrance Days, either because she was pregnant or traveling. This comes after she spent the night in the hospital last month for tests.
The families of 3 teenagers killed in a car crash last month are saying thank you. The families of Evan Cradwell, Simon Balesi, and Jack Miller took out a full-page ad in the Wisconsin State Journal. They said they're deeply touched for the support they've received and thank both students and staff at Middleton and Madison West high schools.
We are tracking a couple of snowflakes still throughout parts of southwestern Wisconsin early on this morning. Platteville over to Dodgeville, Darlington, Apple River near Highland. This is where we're seeing that chance for some snow. Some of it's trying to knock on the door of Door County as you were, or not Door County, Dane County, as you work your way out towards Ridgeway and Blue Mountain. Still a beautiful sunrise, though. 24 degrees right now in town. We're going to warm things up to about 36 as we move towards the afternoon. 35 at lunchtime, 35 at 4 o'clock. That extended forecast, our roller coaster continues. We're going up to come down, to go back up, and back down into Thanksgiving week.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you. Taking that sun, folks. Join us for another news and weather update coming up in half an hour.